In today's world, it's really difficult to connect with people. It's really difficult to find genuine people that actually care about you and love you the way that you are. In today's episode, I'm going to teach you how to find genuine people and how to find positive friendships. What is up, guys? My name is Sumi. I'm a life coach. I work with a lot of people in a lot of different areas. If you guys haven't done so already, hit that bell notification to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Definitely check out my podcast on all my major podcasting platforms. And if you haven't done so already, check out my Instagram, follow my TikTok, and engage with me on social media so I can stay connected with you. With that being said, let's jump into today's episode. I have a lot of trouble connecting with people today. I'm not going to lie. I find myself really struggling to have conversations with a lot of people because I'm a very deep person, I should say. I guess that's what people kind of compartmentalize me as. I like having conversations about serious things in life because every moment that we have on this earth is a gift. It's a blessing, and I don't want to waste those moments. I don't want to go into conversations of, I think blue is a better color than red. I don't think that's very productive. I like to have the deep, nuanced conversations to really see who someone is. Maybe it's been the nature of the work I'm in where I try to get into the meat and potatoes of everything so quickly, but I don't want to waste time. I want to know if you're a person that's going to be beneficial to me and I'm going to be beneficial to you. I don't like wasting time in relationships. I don't like wasting time in dating. I don't like wasting time in business. I don't like wasting time in friendships. And I think that it's hard when you get to a certain level of maturity to connect with people because most people in this world are very superficial. Most people in this world are not really focused on the important things in life. They're focused on just nonsense and news and this and keeping up with XYZ Kardashian. They're not really focused on real important things like what is actually happening in the world around them. And I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing. I think it's a wonderful thing because when I hang around with very high quality people and I have these deep conversations, they're so refreshing. They recharge me, they build me back up, and they give me faith back. And I'm going to tell you something. If you want to be in the 1% of life, if you want to be the 1% of everything in finance and income and spirituality and physicality, you have got to understand that 99% of people are not going to really be good for you. 99% of people are not going to tell you things that are actually beneficial to you. And 99% of people have to be really avoided. So when you're not talking to 99% of people in the world, life gets very lonely. Life gets a little depressing, negative in a way, because you start to second guess yourself. You start to think, okay, am I really messed up in the head? Or is it just, something that's true? Am I actually on the right path? And when I talk to people that are very successful, when I talk to people that are very established, I understand that they're thinking the same way as me. And that's good. When I'm thinking the same as these people that are very successful, that's when I realized that this was the correct way to think. Most people are not designed to be your friends. Most people are not good for you. Most people are actually just not going to be very productive for you to be friends with. But the way that you build true friendships is by building a friendship with yourself, by bringing value to yourself. Ask yourself, are you really a good friend? Are you really someone that is worth being friends with? Do you bring a lot of value into other people's lives? And I know that we're all biased where we all think we're amazing and wonderful, but the reality is we got to take a step back and evaluate ourselves. On a spiritual level, on an emotional level, on a physical level, on a mental level, are we actually providing value to people around us? Are we actually growing people? Are we actually giving to people? Are we actually, developing something? And that's a tough question when you sit in your bed and you just ask yourself, what am I doing wrong in life? What can I do better? What value am I providing to others? Ask yourself these questions every morning, every night, to reflect upon yourself. And this is where you start to become better every single day at giving more value to people. And when you become a very valuable person, people don't stab you in the back. People are more loyal to you. People are less likely to betray you unless they're really doing it in a very articulated and creative fashion. It's hard to get betrayed when you're so powerful and you're so valuable. It's stupid for people to betray you when you're at that level, because they know that the consequences of them losing you are much higher than the consequences of them. They know that the consequences of them losing you are much higher than the benefit that they could get of betraying you in the temporary aspect that they have, whether that's emotional, whether that's business, whether that's financial. So ultimately, the best thing that I can tell you to do if you're not finding genuine people in your life is to focus on yourself and build value. Build your income up, build your lifestyle up, build your fitness up, build up who you are. Create some level of self-concept to where you're a very valuable person. Then people will be naturally attracted to you, and then you can filter out who makes sense for you and who doesn't. The most important thing that you have to understand about loyalty, and the next thing I'm going to tell you, is to have genuine, deep conversations with people. Don't waste time on the superficial conversations. In my experience, it's just not worth it. And the third thing is loyalty is built up with habituation. The next thing I want you to understand is that loyalty is built up with three major things. Number one is habituation, where they get very used to you and they're just around you a lot and they become loyal to you just because of habit. Number two is comfort. You make them happy. You give them a level of dopamine that they haven't had in their life. You make them feel better. And third is this psychological belief, this foresight that they have that you can make their lives better in a certain way. So loyalty is developed over time, and loyalty is developed in these three metrics. People will become loyal to you when you have these three things, and people will be genuine to you and have deep conversations if they're at the maturity level that you want them to be at. My first thing that I do with people is ask them really tough, serious questions because I just want to break through the ice. I just don't want to sit here and talk about the nonsense stuff. I'm not someone that moves very slow, and look, some people are just not going to associate with me, and some people are, and that's completely fine. That's okay. You don't have to follow this advice if you don't want to. My recommendation is to just have the genuine conversations, is just be yourself, because this is who I am. And if I'm faking it, then I'm not feeling good about it. I want to be exactly who I am in the moments that I'm in. So ultimately, you are going to attract the value that you are. And so I find a lot of great people in this world, even though they're not necessarily easy to find, I do find them. And it's because I'm constantly putting out value. I'm constantly trying to improve everyone's life around me. And that allows me to find more genuine spiritual connections. But the harsh truth of elevating in life is that as you get higher, as you grow, you're not going to be understood by a lot of people. Oftentimes people are going to hate you, and oftentimes people are going to be very jealous, and they're just going to take their anger out on you just because you're doing better. And so unfortunately, the majority of people, the large majority of people, are not going to associate with you very well, and you're not going to be able to connect with them. But there are still good people out there, and as you increase your value, you can start to beat that curve. I hope this video was helpful for you in some way. I want to thank you for your time here with me today. If you guys ever want to talk to me one-on-one, if you have any situations that are going through in life, definitely click the link down below so that you can talk to me and see if we're a good fit for coaching. And until next time, guys, Sumi out.